Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the Bug Warrior. In today's video I will show you how to really defeat the prisoner and get your first weapon piece in Act 4 of Path of Exile 2. This guide is aimed at beginners or builds that aren't too powerful, such as mine, because trust me, defeating this boss is not as easy as everyone says it is. I made chapters if you wish to jump straight to the boss fight. Alright, so in order to reach the prisoner, you need to sail first to the abandoned prison and then reach the Solitaire Confinement. Please enjoy one of the best maps ever created in action RPG history. The idea of fighting your way through the halls of an abandoned prison haunted by necromancers, spirits of deceased prisoners, and other monsters that gets flooded with seawater every minute is genius. Whoever designed this place deserves an award because this level is truly a masterpiece by GGG. That being said, make your way through the prison until you reach the Emperor's Warning. Interact with it for a very cool intro of what comes ahead, and when ready, proceed inside. Welcome to the chamber of the prisoner. You will immediately notice the prisoner chained to the ground and that he has some beef with Isaru. Also pay attention to the three huge ballistae around him. Remember where they are because using them is the only way to win this fight. Alright, this boss has three phases. Basically, between each phase you need to fire a ballista bolt at him. You only have a second or two to do this, so you need to time it perfectly to win. If for any reason you are far away from the ballista and you miss the shot, you will be in trouble, especially because it will affect the last phase, where if you take too long to kill the prisoner, believe it or not, he will regenerate back to almost full life. So let's start with phase 1. The prisoner will release himself from his chains and pull out a ballista bolt from his chest. The best strategy to attack and survive him is to stay close to him, and when he's trying to hit you with his arms, evade and counter attack. His second attack happens when he says "I'll break you," and he will slam both of his arms to the ground and create a small shockwave. Honestly, this attack isn't that terrible, so all you need to do is dodge. Continue attacking him by staying close and don't stop or the damage stacking will drop and you will have to start all over again. His third attack happens where he will punch the ground 3 times that will create ice stalagmites that will erupt from the ground. He will finish the combo by slamming his foot to the ground that will break the ice structures. When you deplete almost half of his life, the first indication to use the ballista will appear, so be sure to be near a ballista as you only have a few seconds to shoot at him. However, be careful to not have the prisoner too close to the ballista's lever because, as you can see here, I wasn't able to pull the lever because of the prisoner's proximity. Missing the shot will regenerate his life back to 100%, so now you see why this fight can be problematic. So learn from my mistake, and when you get the indication to use the ballista, pull the lever on time. Hitting him on time will begin the second phase where he will pull the ballista bolt from his chest and now use it as a weapon. Here the formula remains the same, so stay close and dodge his attacks. Continue stacking the damage and he will introduce a new attack where he will say "of flesh and blood." He will pull out his heart or something out of his chest and a frost circle will appear and begin growing until it covers the whole arena. If once again you stay close to him, you don't need to worry. When you deplete his health bar to almost 25%, you need to get near a ballista because you will get the second prompt shortly. Please notice that at each prompt you have less time to use the lever, so you gotta be quick. Pulling the lever on time will begin the last phase. Welcome to the third and final phase of this fight. Here's where things will get crazy, but take a breather and you've got this. The first thing is that you're probably low in your life and mana flasks, but don't worry, all you need to do now is deal enough damage before he calls upon his final and most deadly attack. If you do this, you don't even need to worry because the fight is almost over. Same as before, stay close to him, dodge and counter attack, but this time deal as much damage as you can. Here for example I use both the Sigil of Power and Despair spells. Soon you will hear him say "oh yes" and a red circle will begin to appear. Here's the exception to the rule. You need to move out of that area because if it gets you, not only you will get a lot of damage or even die, but also he will leech on your life and regenerate. So avoid the attack, and once it's over, return to him and again stay close and fight with all you've got. You will also notice that if you stay close, one of his deadliest attacks, that is some sort of blood tendrils, won't trigger. Soon enough you will get the last prompt to use the ballista. Here you have almost no time, so be sure not to miss it. If you do it right, even if he has a lot of health left, he will die. After this, the Hooded One and Doriani will appear and collect the first weapon piece. And congratulations, you defeated one of the most difficult bosses in Path of Exile 2. So there you have it. This is all the wisdom that I can share from my experience dealing with this guy. It took me almost 3 hours to finally understand what needed to be done, so I hope this guide really helps you. We reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far and found the video interesting or useful, please consider to share, like, comment or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.